The highly anticipated showdown between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez is officially set for this September, and Crawford, he's already deep in the trenches, kicking off his intense training camp to prepare for one of the biggest challenges of his career, a battle against one of boxing's pound-for-pound kings. From brutal strength and conditioning sessions to high-altitude sprints in the mountains and jaw-dropping pad work that looks faster than a hummingbird in hyperdrive, Crawford's training footage has made everyone shocked at how much a human body can endure. And guess what? Even Canelo Alvarez himself had to rethink his stance after watching Bud's relentless preparation. So what exactly made Canelo sit up and take notice? Let's break down the training regimen that sparked a reaction from one of the greatest boxers of our time. There was a time when Canelo Alvarez didn't even consider Terence Crawford a legitimate challenge, let alone a fight that could elevate his legacy. While Crawford had consistently expressed his interest in squaring off against Canelo, the Mexican superstar was dismissive of the idea, brushing it off as a mismatch.
Tonight, Terence Crawford was with Turkey Al-Sheikh at the other event across town, put out an open challenge to you on the internet with Turkey Al-Sheikh calling you out. What's your response to Terence Crawford's call out tonight?
No comment.
For years, a war of words simmered between Canelo and Crawford. Despite the back and forth, Alvarez never seemed genuinely intrigued by the possibility of stepping into the ring with Bud. According to him, Crawford was simply too small, and defeating him wouldn't add much to Canelo's already illustrious career. In Canelo's own words, such a victory wouldn't contribute meaningfully to his legacy.
And everything, and like I say, I have nothing to win with Crawford. 2-3 ways class.
While some fans speculated that Canelo might be ducking Crawford, those familiar with the Mexican warrior knew better. Alvarez has never been one to shy away from challenges. In fact, during the same interview, Canelo candidly admitted that under the right financial circumstances, he would consider fighting Crawford. His dismissal wasn't a refusal, it was simply a matter of whether the fight made sense from a business perspective.
But if the money is right, why not?
In another interview, Canelo doubled down on his skepticism regarding a potential clash with Crawford. He pointed out the importance of weight classes, emphasizing that Crawford competes several pounds below his own weight limit. Alvarez wasn't completely ruling out the fight, but he made it clear that such a matchup didn't align with the natural order of boxing.
Terence Crawford is a great fighter, he's a good fighter, but like I say, he's weight classes for a reason. I'm focused 100% on Berlanga, and you never know.
However, everything changed when new training footage from Terence Crawford's camp surfaced. The American's relentless work ethic, polished technique, and seemingly superhuman preparation caught the attention of fans and analysts alike. And most importantly, Canelo himself. Suddenly, Alvarez's tone shifted. Instead of brushing off questions about Crawford, the Mexican icon had a reaction that stunned the boxing world. But before we reveal what Canelo had to say, let's take a closer look at the latest footage from Terence Crawford's training camp. One of the key parts of Crawford's training is working out in the high-altitude environment of Colorado Springs. Training at higher altitudes pushes his body to work harder because there's less oxygen in the air. A big challenge in his altitude training is the weekly hike up the Manitou Incline, a tough staircase with over 2,700 steps, climbing 615 meters. Every Sunday, Crawford and his team take on this steep climb, fighting through the burn for the workout benefits and the incredible view at the top. To make it even tougher, they often run back down, pushing their stamina and recovery to the limit.
Well, it may be cold outside, but you kind of tune that out.
When he wraps up his intense outdoor workouts, Terence Crawford shifts his focus to refining his technique through dedicated pad work and shadow boxing. This meticulous routine isn't just about throwing punches, it's about perfecting the art of both offense and defense. By honing his reactions and sharpening his footwork, Crawford trains his brain and body to act in perfect sync, ready to adapt to any situation in the ring. But Crawford knows that technical mastery alone won't be enough to overcome a fighter of Canelo Alvarez's caliber. Beating one of the best pound-for-pound boxers in the world demands more than skill. It requires raw power, endurance, and resilience. That's why Crawford incorporates grueling strength and conditioning sessions into his training regimen, pushing his body to its absolute limits. These sessions build the explosive power and stamina needed to go the distance in a high-stakes bout. Of course, Crawford's preparation wouldn't be complete without sparring sessions against elite opponents. After all, there's no better way to prepare for the ultimate battle with Canelo, a fight that could solidify Crawford's legacy as the undisputed pound-for-pound king, than by testing himself against some of the best in the sport. And who better to call on than the legendary Andre Ward? The former undefeated champion, known for his impeccable techniques and fight IQ, offers Crawford invaluable insight and a level of preparation that few others could provide. After months of speculation and build-up, it seems Canelo Alvarez is finally shifting his stance on a potential showdown with Terence Crawford. Having now watched Crawford's training footage and taken the time to evaluate the matchup, the Mexican superstar appears to be warming up to the idea of stepping into the ring with the American phenom. Remember when Canelo was quick to dismiss the possibility of the two facing off? Times have certainly changed. In a recent interview, a journalist revisited the familiar question, asking Canelo whether Crawford's size would pose an issue in their fight. What came next caught everyone off guard. Canelo's response wasn't just unexpected, it was a complete departure from his earlier dismissals.
I know you thought he was kind of a lose-lose situation for you. Do you think he's too small to compete with you?
No, he's a good fighter. He's a very good fighter. He's a smart fighter, and I take everything seriously. But we'll see what happens.
And that wasn't all. In another interview, Canelo elaborated on his thoughts about a potential clash with Crawford, making it clear he's no longer brushing aside the idea. Instead of downplaying the matchup, he openly acknowledged the possibility of the two squaring off as early as 2025. What's more, Canelo didn't hold back in praising Crawford, doubling down on his belief that Bud is one of the best fighters in the world today. A statement that speaks volumes coming from the biggest star in boxing today.
So is it Crawford next?
We don't know, maybe. We don't know yet.
What do you think of him as a fighter?
No, he's a great fighter.
Yeah?
He's one of the greatest fighters in boxing, for sure.
Tough challenge?
But what makes Terence Crawford stand out as a true unicorn in the sport and even earn acknowledgement from Canelo Alvarez is his extraordinary boxing IQ paired with his masterful switch stance style. These traits make him a puzzle few can solve and a nightmare to prepare for inside the ring. Crawford's boxing IQ is nothing short of exceptional. This innate intelligence allows him to outthink and outmaneuver opponents with surgical precision. From the moment the fight begins, Terence is already dissecting his adversaries, analyzing their strengths and weaknesses with a keen eye. By studying their patterns, tendencies, and habits, he gains invaluable insights into their game plans. With this knowledge, Bud is able to adjust his tactics seamlessly, always staying one step ahead. One of Crawford's most lethal strategies lies in his ability to create feints and lure his opponents into committing to attacks. When they take the bait, he counters with pinpoint accuracy and devastating power, often leaving them reeling and unsure of their next move. His ability to adapt on the fly and make split-second decisions based on his opponent's actions is a testament to his unparalleled boxing IQ. This level of strategic brilliance not only gives the American an undeniable edge, but also solidifies his place as one of the most cerebral fighters of his era, leaving both fans and aspiring boxers in awe of his ability to dismantle his opposition. But Crawford's genius doesn't stop there. His switch stance style is another defining element of his game, making him an even more unpredictable force in the ring. With the ability to fluidly transition between orthodox and southpaw stances, Bud keeps his opponents constantly guessing. Each stance change shifts the angle of his attacks, forcing his adversaries to adapt on the fly, a task that's easier said than done. This unique approach creates a tactical advantage, allowing Terence to dictate the pace of the fight while maintaining an elusive and dynamic presence. Opponents struggle to establish any consistent defensive rhythm, leaving them vulnerable to Crawford's sharp counters and powerful, unexpected punches. The switch-hitting style is more than just a flashy technique. It's a calculated weapon that the hard-hitting boxer wields to confuse and dismantle his rivals. However, the mastery of switching stances requires an extraordinary level of skill, timing, and experience. When Crawford changes his lead foot and adjusts the angle of attack, it's not just for show, it's a tactical adjustment designed to exploit every possible weakness in his opponent's defense. For less experienced boxers, attempting such advanced techniques without a solid foundation in their original stance can lead to disastrous results. Bud's ability to execute this strategy so effortlessly is a testament to his years of dedication and his natural gift for the sweet science. By combining an extraordinary boxing IQ with a dynamic and unpredictable switch stance style, Terence Crawford has cemented himself as one of the most versatile and dangerous fighters in the sport today. And what about you, fight fans? How do you think the fight between Crawford and Canelo would go? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more content like this.